Start to take deep breaths. Try to draw the air in low. Try to draw the breath in low, coming up, expanding through your belly and low back and ribs. Start to observe yourself here in this moment, this morning. Notice how your body feels as you start to get a little more still. Notice your mind and your inner voice. Feels like your mind and your inner voice are a little busy. You could politely ask them to get a little quieter, a little more still, kind of pushing thoughts and tasks and the inner voice overanalyzation to the back of your mind. And in the forefront, just focusing on the breath and really feeling it in your body. And creating a rhythm for your practice with your breath. A deep breath that you don't have to force. Maybe engaging your throat a little bit, giving your breath that ujjayi sound. Noticing if you can find little slivers of quiet and emptiness in your mind as you focus on your breath and make it as smooth and even and deep as you can. And then come to hands and knees and start to move with your smooth and even breath that you've curated. Use your inhale to draw your shoulders back and look forward. Use your exhale to round and let your head hang. And just start to go back and forth at your own pace through cat and cow. And just start to notice how you feel. How's your spine moving today? Stretch through your ribs and sides. If you rock around on your wrists or tuck your toes, stretch out your feet, so just start to move in any way you want. Do it slowly with your breath. See if you can find a little more movement through your shoulders and upper back. And then when you're ready, come into downward dog. And start to walk out the backs of your legs here in down dog. Nod your head yes and no. Take small steps and walk your feet forward to your hand. Halfway lift on an inhale. Forward fold. Bend your knees. You can take opposite elbows and hang here, or sometimes I like to bring my forearms to the tops of my thighs. Widen your stance a little wider than your hips, or whatever feels best for you. But find more length in your spine. Couple more breaths here. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. And then on your next inhale, reach up and come into mountain. Bring your arms down by your sides, feet about hip width apart. Take some time here to stand in mountain. Focusing all your attention on your body and your breath here. Finding your perfect balance of effort and ease. So finding that energy and strength, and then using your exhale to soften the muscles of your face. Relaxing where you can. Again, finding little moments of stillness here in your mind. Just taking a moment, even if it only lasts a few seconds, just to be completely present, standing in your own 2 feet, standing in your own power. Reach up with an inhale. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Step back to high plank. And let's hold high plank for like 7 slow breaths. Keep your gaze out towards the top of your mat. Draw the top of your pelvis to your lowest rib. Where can you relax here? All the muscles working together, strong core, strong back. You can relax your face. That's about it. See if you can find any place else you can relax a little bit, but still keep the strength. One more inhale. And on your exhale, lower yourself down. Prop yourself up on your forearms. Look forward, draw your shoulders back. Take a little movement here in Sphinx. Keeping your awareness with your spine here. Working with your back bend. Start to point your tailbone down towards your heels. And on your next exhale, lower yourself down. Push up to high plank. And back to down dog. Breath is steady and smooth. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Reach up. Come in the mountain. Reach up with your inhale. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Step back to plank. And let's go through our first vinyasa together. Let's use our knees for this one. Lift your feet up. Just put your knees down if it feels okay. You can keep your toes down on the mat if you need to. You're drawing the top of your pelvis to your lowest rib. Bend your elbows, point your elbows back behind you, and just come down about halfway. Then push down into your hands. Take up dog. A gentle version of up dog, something that feels good to you. Take an extra breath here. And then with an exhale, push back to down dog. And just take a little movement in your downward dog. Can you pivot on the balls of your feet and press your heels over to one side? See how that feels? And then go the other way when you're ready. Pivoting. See what you can find there in your feet. One more exhale here. Walk your feet forward to your hands, halfway lift. Forward fold. Reach up. And come into mountain. Moving with your breath. Inhale your arms up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Step back to plank. Take your vinyasa. High plank to low. Up dog to down dog. Wide shoulders. Take a little movement with your shoulders here this time. Bring them way up by your ears and then take them wide. Move your head around. With your next inhale, walk your feet forward to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Reach up. Come into mountain. Reach up with your inhale. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Step back to plank. Take your vinyasa. Move with your breath. Exhale halfway down or all the way down. Inhale forward and through, making your movement smooth and slow, just like your breath. Once you're back in down dog, look back at your legs. Bend your knees. Notice if you can engage the muscles in the front of your legs a little more. See if you can lift your kneecaps with your quadriceps. Pull your abs in and up. Look up to your hands and step your right foot forward to the inside of your right hand for low lunge. And just take a little movement here. You may want to straighten your front leg and kind of move your hips from side to side. Take some big bends in your back knee. Rock from front to back. Can you create a little more space through the front of your shoulders, drawing your shoulder blades down your back a little bit? We're going to step our feet together at the top of the mat, halfway lift, forward fold. Reach up and bring your hands together. Index fingers point up. Feet come right next to each other. Let's just take a little side body stretch here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, go to the side. Doesn't matter which side. Be gentle with yourself here. Use your inhale to lengthen and use your exhale to just stretch. You can kind of pull on your hand. Come to center with an inhale. Check out your shoulders and neck. Try to release a little through there. Inhale, length. Exhale, go the other way. Inhale up and out of your low back. Go a little further. On your inhale, come back to center. Look up, reach up, big inhale. And on your exhale, fall forward, bend your knees. Heel toe step your feet, hip width apart, and hang. Halfway lift on an inhale. Step back to high plank. Take your vinyasa. Back and down dog, strengthen the front side of your body. Look at your legs. Engage the front of your legs while you lengthen the back of your legs. Same with your abs. Pull your abs in and up. Engage through your shoulders. Lengthen your spine. Look up at your hands. Step your left foot forward. Low lunge. And just take a little movement here. Maybe you extend your front leg, rock your weight front to back, stretch out your back foot. And then start to create a little more space through the front of your shoulders, gaze forward. Get ready to step your feet together at the top of your mat, halfway lift. Forward fold. Reach up. Bring your feet right next to each other. Interlace your fingers just like we did before. We're going to take chair from here. So you're going to draw the top of your pelvis to your lowest rib so you're activating core stability. Then you're going to bend your knees and ankles and start to sit back. So keep pulling your abs in and up. Rock your weight back into your heels a little bit. Glance down, see if you can see your toes. And squeeze your palms together. Get your forearms going. Keep the strength up there. Relax through your neck and shoulders. Feeling really strong here, but keeping your face relaxed. Breath steady. On your next exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Step back to plank. Take your vinyasa. Moving with your breath best you can. Step your right foot forward for warrior two. Left heel spins down. Come up. Fine tune. Check out your feet and legs first. Pull energy in, pulling your femur bones in, lifting your pelvic floor, lengthening your spine. And then find more space and expansion through your arms. You take a little movement with your wrists. Look out over the front, over your right fingertips. Reverse warrior, right arm goes up and back. And then come into extended side angle. Bring your right forearm to the top of your right thigh. I like to take a deeper lunge here, so I scoot my back foot back, bend my front knee a little more. Look at the line you're creating from your left fingertips down to your left ankle. Make it stronger and longer. Can you draw your left shoulder back? On your next inhale, come back up to warrior two and shorten your stance. Extend your front leg. We're getting ready for triangle here. Right hip slides back. Bring your right hand either to your right shin or to a block. And you can come down a little lower, but make sure you're still drawing your left hip back. Big space. Let's stay here for a little while. See if you can take your gaze up to your left thumb. Rooting down with your feet, finding a little more stability here. Engage all the muscles of your legs. On your next exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Come back to low lunge. Take a moment to set it up well. Gaze forward. Step back to plank. Take your vinyasa. Moving with your breath here. Once you're back in downward dog, take a little movement. Bring your left foot forward, warrior two. Then your back heel down. Make sure you're feeling steady and balanced before you come up. Make the shape, and then start to fine tune. Can you root down with your whole foot, both feet, and pull your femur bones in? Lengthen. Find space, maybe find a little movement through your hands and wrists. Notice your left knee stacked above your left ankle. Reverse. Left arm goes up and back. Extended side angle. Bring your left forearm to the top of your left thigh to start with. Maybe deepen your lunge. This is a great pose to look at yourself in the camera. If you've got your camera on, you can see yourself. And fine tune the right side, the line in your right side, from your right fingertips down to your right ankle. Can you still push to the outside edge of your right foot? On your next inhale, come back up. Extend your front leg. Heel toe step your back foot in a little bit. Setting up for triangle. Right hip slides back. You don't want to start to turn here and dip your right hip forward. You want to feel the length and keep your right hip stacked behind your left hip. Notice your front knee. Are you hyperextending? Can you engage strength there? Bend your front knee just a little bit and find a little more strength. Big space through your chest and shoulders. Maybe try taking your gaze up, challenge your balance here. One more inhale. Come into low lunge. Take a moment to set up low lunge well. You will need to kind of wiggle your feet out so they're hip width apart. Look forward, step back to plank. Take your vinyasa. Notice your breath here in downward dog. Notice your mind and your thoughts. Make subtle movement or gentle movement here in down dog, always exploring, and do it to the rhythm of your breath. Start to walk your hands back to your feet, really slow. Take your time here. Walk yourself to a forward fold. You can take a halfway lift on an inhale, and on your exhale, fold. You may want to take a 2-finger grip around your big toes and kind of pull yourself down, or hug your calves, or just hang loose and sway. Notice what you feel you need here, and just do it. Do it gently and mindfully. Reach up with your inhale. Bring your hands to heart center. Step your right foot forward for pyramid pose. Make sure your feet are wide enough that you feel steady. Inhale, length, engage all the muscles in your legs. And on your exhale, go forward over your right leg. And start to move here. Sway your hips. You can reach out in front of you, or you can walk your hands back and round your forehead down towards your right leg. Try bringing your left hip forward and down. See how that feels? We're going to take revolved pyramid now. Put your left hand over by your right foot. You may want to come up onto your left fingertips. You want to be able to do like a little halfway lift here, lengthening. And then on your exhale, twist to your right, bring your right arm up, or you can bring it to your hip. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist. Root down through your back foot. I know we're putting a lot of weight on this front foot. See if you can try to even it out a little bit. One more inhale. And on your exhale, bring your right hand down. Step your feet together. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rest here in forward fold. Bend your knees and sway or hang. And then on your inhale, reach up. And exhale your hands to heart center. We're going to take pyramid on the other side. Left foot's in front now. Engage. Pull your abs in and up. Lengthen. You're going to lead with your chest. Come down with a long spine. Put a little bend in your front knee as you come down. And then start to create movement. Feel free to put your hands on your shin and move there, or linger around this halfway place, wherever you need the work. Notice what you're feeling here and where. Take your awareness up the back of your left leg. What can you find? What do you feel if you stretch your arms out and lengthen here? Or maybe you rounded last time and you need to round here, tucking your chin into your chest. Revolve. Put your right hand over by your left foot. You may want to come up onto your right fingertips, or if you have a block at home, you put your hand on a block. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, start to twist to the left. Lengthen your spine with your inhale. Go a little further. Little by little. And so this one's kind of hard for me. So you can try to keep a level low back. But for me to get the most out of this one, my right hip kind of starts to dip down a little bit. I like to feel it in the outside of my left leg, like in my IT band area. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist. And on your next exhale, bring your left hand down. Step your feet together, halfway lift. Let's take Mulasana here. Heel toe step your feet a little wider than hip width apart. Turn your toes out. Bend your knees and come down into a squat that feels okay for you. Maybe you keep your hands down and you just kind of rock from side to side. If your hips are really open and you can drop right down into this pose, add more strength. Lift yourself up and out of your deepest squat, or take your feet a little wider. Play around with balance here. Can you distribute the weight evenly across your feet? Lengthen your spine, fine tune. All right, one more big breath in, and then on your exhale, you're gonna push down with your feet and come up. Let's set up for balance here. Take a little movement and then settle into mountain. Start to set your drishti in front of you, your gaze point. Breath is smooth and even. Start to shift your weight over onto your right foot. And start to lift your left leg. You can bring your left foot to the inside of your right leg. You could take a little movement with your arms. I like to bring my arms up and point my index fingers up. I don't know if that raises my spirits or reminds me of old Renaissance paintings. See how still you can become in your mind here, even if you're wobbly. Try to let your mind be blank. And gently step out of it, back to mountain. Take a little movement, maybe take a sip of water. And then start to build tree on the other side, starting in your mountain. Effort and ease, relaxing where you can. And then start to shift your weight over onto your left foot. Notice if you can challenge yourself here, change your gaze. Can you take your gaze up and maybe lift your face? And then make your way back to the mountain. Take a little movement. Stand towards the top of your mat. If you're not already there, reach up with your inhale. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Step back to plank. Strong plank here. Lower yourself down. Let's take shoulder roll. Take your left arm straight out to the side. Use your right hand to guide you back. Maybe you bring your right arm up. You definitely want to check in with your neck here. Keep your head lifted, just enough to find good alignment in your neck without clenching your jaw or any of the muscles in your face. With your exhale, come back under the front side of your body. Change sides. Take your right arm straight out. Guide yourself back. Notice your tension. Keep your breath smooth and steady. And just notice what you're feeling here, other than the big stretch in the front of your right shoulder. What else is happening? Do you feel a twist in your spine? Maybe you've added a bit of a hip opener. Maybe you've got the flexibility to bend both knees and really twist. Strengthening your neck. What else? Take a couple more breaths here. And then with an exhale, come onto the front side of your body. Push up the hands and knees. Stack your knees under your hips. Or stack your hips over your knees, whatever. Walk your hands out in front of you. Chest, chin, or forehead comes down to the mat. And just breathe here in kneeling dog. And notice what you're feeling here. You notice a little back bend happening. Shoulder opener. Stretch through your ribs. Rise up. And make your way back to down dog. Look to your hands. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, maybe even right off the edge of your mat. And then lower your back knee. We're getting set up for lizard. Turn your right foot out, maybe roll out. Start to move a little bit here. You want to feel An opening in the front of your left hip and then all around your right hip through your groin. You can kind of push down on the outside of your foot and kind of press into the outside edge of fascia here through the outside of your foot. Try to keep your foot and ankle flexed. Try to make the movement happen at your right hip. And see what you can find here. Sometimes I'll lean away, or you can come down to your forearms. Take a few more breaths. Look back over each shoulder. That's a really good thing to do here to kind of create movement. See what you can find. You can use your back toes to kind of pull your back leg back or push your body forward. And then tuck your back toes. Step your right foot back to meet the left. Take your vinyasa if you'd like, or you can just push back to down dog. Once you're in downward dog, walk out your hips a little bit. Get ready for the other side of the lizard. Look up to your hands. Place your left foot towards the outside of your left hand and lower your back knee. Flex your foot and ankle and start to roll out to the outside edge. You're creating a little bit of a rocking motion. You can kind of adjust where your left foot is, maybe turning it out or walking it out like a 45-degree angle. Keep your awareness focused right here. Move with curiosity. Back over each shoulder, just a few more breaths here. If your back knee feels a little funny, like you're on your kneecap, tuck your back toes and give your back knee a little relief. And then get ready to go to plank. Tuck your back toes, lift your back leg nice and strong there. Step your left foot back. One last vinyasa. Or you can just push back to down dog. And once in downward dog, take a little movement with your hips. Maybe you want to lift each leg for three-legged dog and take a little movement there. Just do it gently. This is going to be our last pass at downward dog. So let's take a few more breaths here. Fine tune. See if you can become completely still. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Have a seat. Prepare for boat. So you want to kind of lean back on your hands. Your fingers are pointing towards your body. Lift your legs. Draw the top of your pelvis to your lowest rib. Reach your hands forward. You can start to straighten your legs a little more if you'd like. Try to keep your shoulders down and away from your ears and lengthen your spine. Try to keep your face relaxed. Start to lower a little bit, lower your legs a little bit. And lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Set up for bridge. Step your feet up towards your glutes. Lift your hips. Once your hips are up, fine tune. Feet are about hip width apart. Ankles stacked on your knees. You grab hands. Rock from side to side, getting your arms under your back. Keep pushing your hips up. Release your hands, get them out of the way. Take a deep breath in, widen your shoulders on the mat. And with your exhale, start up at your shoulders, lowering yourself down, bringing your hips down last. Bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees open up. Bring your hands to your ribs or to your belly and just rest here. Or if you want to completely sprawl out, you can. See if you can guide your breath a little deeper, longer and more relaxing. Long inhale, taking as deep as you can, feeling your belly expand. With your exhale, pushing all the air out slowly. Gently rock your head over to one side and then the other. Bring your knees together. Draw your knees in. Give yourself a hug. Kind of round out and rock on your low back. We're going to take our inversion next. So you can just put your legs up in the air like this, and hands if you'd like. You could prop your hips up on a block, or you could roll up for shoulder stand. In a shoulder stand, you want to bring your arms behind your back just like you had them in bridge. And sometimes I'll even come into plow first so I can get my arms behind me where I need them to be. Keep your breath steady and smooth. Deep, relaxing breath. Gently start to lower yourself down slowly and safely. Stretch your legs down the mat and then hug your right knee up. Rotate your right ankle. Go into supine twist. Use your left hand to guide your knee across your body. You can stretch your right arm out. You can turn your head and look down your right arm if you'd like. You want to feel the twist here, and you want to try to take as deep a breath as you can. Sometimes when I'm in a twist, I can't take as deep a breath. Just do the deepest breath you can do here. On your next inhale, bring your knee back to center. Exhale your right leg down. Inhale your left knee up. Give it a squeeze in, bringing it up as high as you can. Rotate your left ankle a little bit. And then guide your knee across your body. Take your left arm out. And look down your left arm. Deep breaths. Inhale, lengthen your spine, finding a little space with your inhale. Exhale, relax into a deeper twist. On your inhale, bring your knee back. Exhale, lower your left leg. Inhale, both arms up. Reach your body long. Take a couple deep breaths like this. And then bring your arms down. We're going to take one more posture here. We're going to take fish before we go into Shavasana. So lift your upper body, look down your body, point your toes. Prop yourself up on your forearms and start to push down with your hands and forearms. Lift your chest, look up. And think of leading with your sternum or with your heart area. You want to inhale that area up. And you can even push down with your hands and forearms a little more. You can start to let your gaze go back or even let your head hang back. Big space in front of your body. Maybe bring your head up and look down your body again. Take another deep breath, look up, look back behind you. Bring it back to center, strengthening your neck. On your next exhale, lower yourself down for Shavasana. Tuck your shoulder blades towards each other under your back. Spread out, take up a lot of space, stretch out, and then start to build your Shavasana. Maybe you want to just stretch your arms and legs out as far as you can. Maybe you kind of tuck your shoulder blades together and let your palms shine up. Take a little movement, maybe rocking from side to side. Take 3 deep cleansing breaths, long inhales, even longer exhales. You can even blow the air out. And just start to get more still here. Allow yourself a few minutes of complete stillness here in Shavasana.
Begin to bring awareness back. If you feel like coming out of Shavasana, that's one nice quality of doing it at home is you can stay in Shavasana as long as you like. Deepen your breath. Make your breath smooth and even and observe yourself. Create a little movement. Moving your hands and feet or rocking your head from side to side. And then move over onto your side and take a few breaths there. Help yourself come up to a comfortable seat. Thank you for joining me for yoga this morning. Namaste.